Answer a learner's question and you have educated her for a day. Teach a learner how to question and you have educated her for a lifetime. Our opening quote carries a very strong message as it reminds us that teaching our learners to question and to think for themselves is far more useful than teaching them facts and fixed procedures. To become effective thinkers, our learners need to develop specific skills, and it is our responsibility as mathematics teachers and agents of change to ensure that these skills are developed in our classrooms. How can we develop our learners' thinking skills? If we wish to develop thinking skills, we have to help our learners to pay special attention to the following: make sense of concepts, develop meaningful and efficient methods and strategies, identify errors, cope with difficulties and problems, extend ideas and challenge thinking. Communication is extremely important if we wish to encourage our learners to think. Learners must be encouraged to explore and share their ideas both orally and in the written form. One of the difficulties we face in trying to do this is that we do not have a simple language as a control system for our thinking. Therefore, teachers need to identify and teach core thinking skills that their learners will need in order to solve problems. With regard to our learners' communication skills, please keep in mind that their thinking far outpaces their ability to verbalize or present their thoughts on paper. Therefore, our learners' written and verbal presentations are not fully representative of the level at which they are thinking mathematically. Teaching your learners how to focus their thinking on specific issues should be your first priority. Learners need to be able to identify exactly what the problem is before they can decide on a suitable approach to solving it. Teachers must teach their learners how to focus on a specific piece of information and then determine its relevance. Thinking skills taught at present in most classrooms is reactive. Teachers put textbook and worksheets in front of their learners and then ask them to react to what is before them. Learners react to what is already in existence. Proactive thinking, as opposed to reactive thinking, involves going out and doing things. Learners need to find information that is not available. They need to find what is not placed before them. Teachers must help their learners to develop their ability to identify what information is needed, formulate questions to guide their information gathering, and gather information by observation or by an appropriate form of research. Learners must be taught to organize information they have obtained into a form that they will enable them to interpret it and to put it into good use. They must be taught to make comparisons of, clarify, and arrange this information so that it can be easily learned. Lastly, learners must also be taught how to represent information in a table or a diagram. After gathering and organizing information, learners need to be taught how to place this information within a structure. A structure is used to organize the steps of thinking. Learners must be able to identify the main ideas in the information, suggest possible relationships between components of the information, use appropriate methods to identify important elements, relationships, and patterns in the information, identify possible errors in the facts, logic, calculations, or procedures of the information, change existing structures to accommodate the new information. Lastly, learners must be taught how to evaluate the information and decide if it is reliable and useful. This can be done by helping your learners analyze and clarify problems as well as evaluate ideas. Do this by teaching them to highlight the main features of the problem, reduce the problem to a question or set of questions, identify assumptions that seem to be contained in the problem, write the problem in their own words, describe how parts of the problem are interrelated, list possible alternatives.